Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. We want to welcome Amy Jardell from the Ozarks Literacy Council and Randy Bacon, artist extraordinaire. I hope it's okay if I call you that.
That's embarrassing.
But you are.
But you are.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
We want to welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. All right, so you have an event coming up.
We do.
Talk about that.
It's something we've been working on for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
a revision or a revival, if you must, of an event that Randy did with us 20 years ago. So it's entitled Words and Pictures. And our grand opening to the public at Randy's Gallery is Friday night, and that's down on Commercial Street. But the main idea of the story is it's 21 portraits of people in our community who have a story to tell about literacy, how literacy has impacted their lives or allowed them to impact others. And there's some absolutely gorgeous, compelling, inspiring, funny, heartfelt stories that are just amazing. And then, of course, the portraits that go along with it. And Randy's so good at bringing out people's character and personality through the photos. It's absolutely amazing. We're so excited.
Sounds fantastic.
So I'm curious then, Randy, okay, so you're revisiting this from 20 years ago. How did the original collab start? And how did you find the subjects for those and then revisiting it 20 years later? That's got to be like emotional.
You know, I almost think there's like a serendipity to this thing. I really do, because when Amy came to me, and it's like, hey, we would like to do this, and we started looking at it, it's like, this is exactly 20 years. 20 years ago, it was Ozarks Literacy Council that came to me, and that Words and Pictures, 20 years ago, really was my first dedicated solo exhibition. That was the first. So in some respects, I kind of got the ball rolling on what I love to do today. With this one, you know, I really wanted to ramp it up. I really wanted to take it with everything I've learned over the years visually with my work. The work is very large, and it's very intimate, it's very authentic. That's just the way I like to work. But also adding in those stories from people and getting them to say, hey, this is exactly how I feel about it. And unfortunately with today, it's like I think we get lost in everything that's going on, and we forget about the importance of literacy. And it's still, and you can help me on this, it may be even more of an issue now than it was 20 years ago. So.
Wow.
Can we look at his photo here? You want to talk about that?
Oh gosh, yeah. This was one of the, we had about maybe, probably around 20 subjects then as well. And this is Robert, and he is also going to be in this one. So 20 years ago, yeah, there he is. And first of all, this guy hasn't changed.
He has not aged one day.
Not at all.
I'm like...
So guys, if you're looking at your screen, the one on the left is from 20 years ago. The one on the right is from this year.
This year.
That is insane.
He needs to write a book.
He does.
He needs to write a book. What are you taking? What are you doing?
Exactly.
Wow.
And, but, you know, it was really interesting for me to, I dug this out literally just a few days ago from a box of a lot of the work I did 20 years ago, and then I pulled it out, and it was kind of like this nice little journey, seeing, you know, my work back then, seeing it now, how it's changed, how it's really, I think, grown. And
You're on the screen here.
Yes.
This is Clyde, you said?
This is Clyde.
He's the one that we talked about before, our 80-year-old student.
Yes.
You
Oh,
remember?
Yes.
love it.
Isn't he handsome? And he's remarkable. And
Hey, we know her.
We know her. And Joy has a great story to tell about how literacy has impacted her life and helped her to impact others.
I would love to hear these stories.
I don't know these stories.
I don't know her story either.
Well, you need to come by the studio.
Uh-huh.
The grand opening is Friday night starting at 6 to 8:30, but then it will be in the gallery for 2 months, basically. And gallery hours are?
Wednesday through Saturday, 11 until 4. And then I will tell you that I'm typically hanging out there playing most of the time. So you may come by on even off hours and I'm still there. So.
How do you raise money for the event? How is this going to help Ozarks Literacy Council?
We have sponsors for each story.
Okay.
So like Clyde's story, we've talked about him before on the show. He was 80 years old and basically illiterate. His wife did most of the reading and writing and the bill paying and everything for him. And after she passed away, his stepkids encouraged him to come to us, right? So we've got him with a tutor. He's reading. He just found out he has cancer. Oh. And he said his quote on the bottom of his story is, "I might die tomorrow, but I'm going to learn today."
Oh, that makes me want to cry.
Good.
It's
Yes,
amazing.
that
It's
is
amazing. So we have sponsors for each stories. Clyde's story is still available for a sponsor, and the money does go back to Ozark Literacy Council to fund our programming, mainly our one-to-one tutoring, our reading resource program, and our preschool reading program.
So how does somebody be a sponsor then? How do we get sponsors for that? Because I want him to have a sponsor now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could go to our website, ozarkliteracy.org, or just give us a call, 616-0505, and we can get you hooked up.
That's
Oh,
perfect.
this is
Okay.
So great. Friday
So-
night at 6 o'clock.
Yes,
Yep.
and we're going to actually, let's talk more about this as we make some literacy
Yes.
lasagna, which has a tie-in, by the way.
Okay.
Sure it does.
It has a tie-in. They're going to be Amy's famous literacy lasagna. We'll learn more about the event, and we're going to eat, which
I'm
is
so
our
excited
favorite
for
thing.
that.
So
Yes.
don't go anywhere. We'll be back. So yes, I'm excited. Oh, look at these beautiful portraits.
Oh, they're so gorgeous.
The woman in the upper right